Good morning, students. Students, yesterday we discussed about the mountain ranges, highest mountain peaks we discussed. Now let us start more and start further. Students, you see the folds. As earlier we discussed, the Himalayas are young fold mountains. So the folds of Great Himalayas, they are asymmetrical. It means they are not equal. They are not same in nature. The core of this part of Himalayas is composed of granite. You know, students, they are perennially snowbound. Perennially means continuously snowbound, and a number of glaciers. Now again, glaciers means the river of ice and snow. A number of glaciers descend from this range. Descends means comes. Okay, now you see the names of glaciers and passes. Now this is the question for you. You are to write the names of glaciers and passes that lie in Great Himalayas and the name of the states where highest peaks are located. These are two questions for you. Okay, now let's move further. The range lying to the north, south of Himadri, the uppermost range, it was Himadri as earlier we read. Now the south means the down to Himadri. It forms the most rugged mountain system, means Ubad Khabad, and is known as Himachal. You must have just listen this word Himachal, Himachal Pradesh. So these are lesser Himalayas. These are the part of lesser Himalayas. That's why we call it Himachal. Himachal means him in the Achal, means ice. The ranges are mainly composed here. The ranges means hill ranges. They are mainly composed of highly compressed and altered rocks. Okay. Now the altitude, as altitude means height. The altitude varies between 3,700 and 4,500 meters, and the average width is of 50 kilometer. While the Pir Panjal ranges, these are mountain ranges, passes, form the longest and the most important range. The Dholadhar and the Mahabharat ranges are also prominent. Prominent means which are very important or what means above than others. These ranges consist of the famous valleys of Kashmir, the Kangra, the Kullu Valley in Himachal Pradesh. So this region is known for its hill stations. You must have visited some of the hill stations in Himachal Pradesh. So that's why it is known as Himachal. Now let's come to the third. Now location of Mussoorie, Nainital, Ranikhet. You will see in the atlas or on the map, and also name the state where they are located. Now fill all these three names in your India map. Now let's just move further. The outermost means the lowest most range of Himalayas is called the Shivaliks. They extend means stretch over a width of 10 to 15 kilometer and have an altitude varying between 900 and 1100 meter. These ranges are composed of unconsolidated sediments brought down by rivers from the main Himalayan ranges located further north. So these valleys, they are covered with thick gravel and what others? Alluvium, because the rivers which come from the Himadri, they bring this silt, sand, this alluvium with them, and they deposit these things because here they come in to some extent plain areas. So the longitudinal valley lying between lesser Himalayas and Shivaliks, they are known as dunes. That's why you always know Dehradun. Dehradun is there. Kotli Dune and Patli Dunes, they are some of the well-known dunes. Dunes means valley. Besides the longitudinal division, so far we have discussed about the longitudinal division. the Himadri, Himachal and Shivaliks. Now the Himalayas, they have been divided on the basis of regions from west to east. Now from north to south we have divided, now from west to east, and these divisions, they have been demarcated by river valleys. For example, let us take the example, the part of Himalayas lying between Indus River in Jammu and Kashmir and Satluj in Punjab has been traditionally known as Punjab Himalaya, but it is also known as Kashmir and Himachal Himalaya from west to east respectively. And the part from the Himalayas lying between Satluj and Kali River is known as Kumayu Himalayas. Now listen students, the Kali and Tista, these are two rivers, demarcate the Nepal Himalayas, and the part lying between the Tista and Dihang river is known as Assam Himalayas. There are regional names, because though they are the well-known names and common names, but the people who are residing over there, they have the regional names also. So also in these broad categories, find out some regional names of the Himalayas. This one more question is for you. Now let's move further. The Brahmaputra river, it marks the easternmost boundary of Himalayas. Okay, beyond the Dihang Gorge, the Himalayas bend, means mud जाते हैं sharply to the south and spread along the eastern boundary of India. Here we call them Purvachal hills. Now the question arises, hills, why we call them hills, and what are mountains? Mountains are high rugged peaks, high, and where the height is low, that is called hills. So these hills, they running through the northeastern states and are mostly made up of strong sandstones, which are sedimentary rocks. As earlier we have discussed that mainly Himalayas, they are just sedimentary rocks. Covered with dense forest, they mostly run as parallel ranges and valleys. And the Purvachal comprises, means collectively, what? The Patkai hills, the Naga hills, the Manipur hills and the Mizo hills. Now let us recapitulate that from north to south, the Himalayas are divided into three parts: the Greater Himalayas, the Himachal and the Shivaliks. Then from west to east, again the Himalayas are divided into different parts. The first one is Kashmir Himalayas, okay, and the second one is Kumayu Himalayas, okay, and the third one is Assam Himalayas. So these are the categories or division of Himalayas from north to south and from west to east. Now let's come to the second point, and that is northern plains. The northern plain has been formed by the interplay of three major river systems. As you know that the rivers which are coming from Himalayas, they bring the alluvium with them and they just deposit this alluvium in the valley floors, and then these valley floors, they have been converted into plain areas. So which three rivers and their tributaries are there? They are mainly the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra, along with their tributaries. As earlier we discussed, several tributaries were there: Yamuna, Ghaggar, Son, and there are so many tributaries of river Yamuna and then river Ganga. The deposition. This plain is formed of alluvial soil. We know, everybody knows it. And the deposition of alluvium in a vast basin lying at the foothills of Himalaya over millions of years. These plains, they have been formed by the rivers, but it took millions of years formed this fertile plain. It spread over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. Okay, and again this plain area is 2400 kilometer long and 240 kilometer to 320 kilometer broad. as it is fertile plain, so definitely it is densely populated physiographic division, which because it has a rich soil cover combined with adequate water supply and favorable climate. So that is why this part is agriculturally a very productive part of India. Now let us see the people, they are doing agriculture in this picture in northern plains. The river coming from northern mountains, means Himalayan mountains, are involved in depositional work over here in the lower course due to gentle slopes, means plain slopes, plain area. The velocity of river decreases, means the volume of river decreases, which results in the formation of riverine islands. Okay, now let's move further and come here. Now the rivers in their lower course, the rivers, they have the three courses: upper course, middle course and lower course. And when the rivers, they come in the lower course, they split, the divided into numerous channels due to the deposition of silt, means this alluvium. When in between the alluvium is deposited, the rivers, they just split into different channels and they just they flow in different directions, and these channels, they are known as distributary, means water is distributed in among different channels. So northern plain is broadly divided into three sections. Again it is divided. The western part of northern plain is known as Punjab plains, which is formed by the river Indus and its tributaries. 4 tributaries are there. The larger part of this plain lies in Pakistan. Earlier Pakistan was the part of India. Now it is a different country, separate country, and its name is Pakistan. The Indus and its tributaries, which are 4 tributaries: the Jhelum, the Chenab, the Ravi and the Vyas, and one more, and the Satluj. Oh God.